out that empty field, just you and me and time to kill. First kiss I didn't know would come. You laughing at my stupid jokes, both of us wishing we were ruined right then. We knew it was love. And everybody says take it slow, but I think it's true when you know you know. Yeah, we could be dancing all night, waking up for the sunrise, late 'cause we're losing track of time. Yeah, we're in young love, 'cause when I'm with you it feels like falling in love for the first time. It'll always be true. Yeah, I know we're in young love. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, I know we're in young love. Slow dancing in the parking lot, up talking until 5 o'clock, when we got class at 8 a.m. When I'm with you it all makes sense. I finally get what they all meant by falling in love with your best friend. Yeah, I know they probably think I'm crazy.
床はやっていくのか床はどういうふうに作るのか。
床はまあモニターの中をちょっと素材を関節埋めてレベルをゼロに調整して、
ではレベル調整からは大丈夫そうですね。
For the first time, it'll always be true. Yeah, I know we're in young love. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, I know we're in young love. 'Cause we might be young, doesn't mean that we're wrong. Yeah, I think I finally found the one. Can't see it all, but somehow I know that we'll keep on falling in young love.
スリルがこう来て、いいと思います。
お、濃い。
いいと思います。ここがこれなってないけど、こう黒になるんでここが下が真っ黒で上が薄グレーみたいな、ちょっとモルタル風もやもや。ちょっとここが暗くなるんですね、下が腰下が。なんで木で明るくなっていいと思います。組み合わせ。
Yeah, we'll keep on dancing all night, waking up for the sunrise. It'll always be you and I. Yeah, we could be dancing all night, waking up for the sunrise. Late 'cause we're losing track of time. Who cares? It's young love. 'Cause when I'm with you, it feels like falling in love for the last time. It'll always be you, 'cause I know this is real love. Oh, oh, it'll always be you. Yeah, I know we're in young love. Oh, oh, it'll always be you. Yeah, I know we're in young love.
通路が80センチぐらいです。もうちょい厚いやと
もうちょいこっちがいいかもしれない。
1メーターぐらいは欲しい。
in the smoky light and in the rain, working through the night and through the haze. You lay it down each day with heavy eyes, just to wake again, just as tired.
ここにつきますね。
1センチぐらいこう中に入れるか。
僕個人的には結構揃ってた方が
あ
いい感じな感じ。
じゃあここで揃えて、ここでこういう感じで。
横から見た時ですね。
全部揃える感じでいきましょう。
そういう感じが僕は好きですね。
わかりました。じゃあこんな感じでいきます。はい。
でも10人のここがね。
あ、そうなんです。
I can see your heart beneath the dirt. You put your weary hands into the work. A needle and a thread to mend the seams. A heartbeat and a breath to plant the seed. So may every morning find the mercy new and lighting up to shine upon the fallow fields. So may every blossom break into the day. Up from underneath the gravel.
これがこう来て、こう来て、こう来る感じ。どうですか？
見ちゃう。まあ確かにちょっと当たったらあれだけど。
痛い。でもまあ当たんないですよね。こっち側に。
そうそう、そっちがあるから、まあ足蹴った時ぐらい。
なんかもし透明な細めのでちょっと保護ぐらいで。
いやこれいいじゃないですか。大人めっちゃいいですよ。
めっちゃいい。
小口がこう見えるよりかは、やっぱ斜めカットでこうビチッと合わった方が多分かっこいいですね。
そうね。
かっこいいと思う。そっちが。
じゃあこれでいきましょうか。
You're not alone. I'll be by your side through it all. So may every morning find the mercy new.
動くんで大丈夫です。貼って。
Lighting up to shine.
緑入るようにして。
じゃあここでキープしてってもらっていいですか？
それ緑。
いけます？
そうそう。
Every blossom breaks.
そしたら下が合うから。これで OK です。
オッケー。
多分これでいい。
OK です。
いきますね。
はい。
Underneath the gravel and the clay.
どうでしょう？
これね、このまま前合わせよ。
かっこいい。
like before, and what was sown in tears we'll reap with joy.
そこをね、3年間ぐらいでなんか全部
調理もやって、
One look is all it took for me to get a little closer, babe. One kiss is all you did to make me fall in love. One heart shot in the dark made you take a big chance and see. One moment I was hoping you would fall for me, eyes wide open. To me this is heaven.
明日休みだ飲めます。今日飲めません。
If I have your love, no money, no fancy things could replace all the hurting, the loving, and all that's in between. If I have you, my love, I don't need anything. I don't need anything. One word is all I heard for me to say it right back to you. One feeling kept me dreaming of all we could do, eyes wide open. To me this is heaven. I don't need a lot of anything. If I have your love, no money, no fancy things could replace all the hurting, the loving, and all that's in between.
雑だらけど